Hello, this is James Jopling. I'm with Shoppa's Farm Supply, and we're going to review today the 2015 Shoppa's Farm Supply Tractor Tech Contest, the bugs on the particular tractor itself. First of all, we're going to have an issue as far as no battery voltage. We have no display, no lights or anything. So a basic test procedure would be to switch to voltage with your digital multimeter. And you're going to check both the positive and the negative just to see if you have voltage. You're not only going to check it on the posts themselves, but you're going to be checking on the clamps, between the clamps, and then you're going to go from the positive post, clamp on the positive post to a confirmed ground. Okay, and it's open circuit. There is no voltage, but we can come back up here and to this clamp and we have full battery voltage. Thus, there must be something wrong in the length of the cable between the clamp and the chassis ground. Okay, the next issue is going to be the mechanical front. Now with it, as far as description of failure, the complaint of the customer is when he goes into a tight turn, it seems to hop a little bit and jerk some, especially on real hard pavement. And also the turning radius is increased. If you read in the operator's manual or in the provided service manual, if the mechanical front is engaged, it will cause that to happen because extra traction of which is being applied to the front wheels. Now what we have done is very simplistically, we will have taken loose the linkage down at the bottom underneath. Now the gentleman stated that he had been running through thick brush and weeds and using the mechanical front. What we have seen before, this is actual real life, is the fact that it will actually knock the linkage loose. And it caused it to stay engaged. He couldn't disengage it. However, his light on the display for the mechanical front was not illuminated. Okay, also down on the bottom is a switch, which when you have it engaged, that switch is turned on and it causes a complete circuit to the light. Now we do have test procedures in the little tech manual provided as far as checking the circuitry. Now, what had happened is he essentially, running through some of the brush there again, pulled some of the wires loose. And therefore it didn't complete the circuit through the switch, and it didn't have the light illuminated, even though the mechanical front was engaged. That's that issue. Now, as far as the lighting issue, what we have is the tail lights. At first, one of them was malfunctioning for quite a while. Then the gentleman loaned his machine out, and when it came back, he noticed that neither one of his taillights were functioning. Now, first of all, what we did was we actually have a blown fuse, and that's going to be this fuse right here, which that's F14. Okay, there again, that's in the tech manual. And terminal A, which is on the right hand side, is the positive from the battery. Now it's a blown fuse. So in the tech manual we have procedures as to where you will check from there, from our, and it will be that one right there. We're going to check from that point back to the tail light. Okay, and going to be checking to the tail light right here, and another check of which we have in the manual is going from ground to this terminal, which is a tail light element. After you take both of the tail lights out, you must remove them, because if you don't, checking this, it's going to be making a circuit through the element to ground, so your reading will be false if you do not remove those. But if you check your power coming from your fuse to the ground, and you've got a complete circuit, then you must have a short in the ground circuit somewhere. And with the procedure, you'll be continuing from this point further back into the circuitry, which will actually lead you back here to the trailer connector. Now, there are 7 pins in here, and what has happened is pin number 6 and pin number 1 have shorted together. Pin number 6 is for the taillight circuit for the trailer, and pin number 1 is the primary ground. That shorted together, and that's what completed the circuit to burn the fuse out. Now, as far as the intermittent taillight issue, what it turns out being, and there again, with the light bulb out, you're going to be testing with DMM, which is a digital multimeter, between the ground casing and your terminals on the end. That is going to confirm that the circuit is complete through the elements. If you do not have confirmation between there with a multimeter, either checking continuity or resistance, then you've got a bad bulb. So that's just a brief summary of what we have at our 2015 Tractor Tech contest. Thank you.